Well, bada bing, bada boom. Exactly what I predicted would happen happened. The Eagles absolutely clobbered the Packers. Find out more on the Fumble Forecast. Welcome back to the Fumble Forecast. Wildcard weekend just ended. And by just ended, I mean about 4 or 5 days ago at this point. We're recording on Friday after Wildcard week, just before the divisional round starts tomorrow. I think the first game is the Chiefs-Texans tomorrow, right? That's the kickoff for the divisional.
Saturday o'clock.
Yep. I want to just start, okay, with the Eagles. We need to have some retrospective here, okay? I understand that coming off of the concussion, Hurts didn't really have his best game. I'm not gonna, as a Hurts booster, not gonna lie to you, he did not have his best game. However, he didn't play like dog shit either. He just didn't get the statistical, like the numbers that we normally like to see from a Jalen Hurts. But for all of those people out there who I continually hear talk about how much Jalen Hurts sucks, I have to remind you of one specific thing about Jalen Hurts since he has taken over as the quarterback of the Eagles, is that Jalen Hurts, as the quarterback of the Eagles, has a record of 43-12 at this point, going back to the first game he was ever listed as the starter for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Mark, what is the most important stat for a quarterback or any football team?
Wins.
Oh, that's right. Unbelievable. He's 43-12 in the wins-losses stat. I'm just saying that speaks a lot. Also, crunched the numbers a little bit. If you compare the first 12 games of this season between Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen, Mark, I want you to tell me who is better. I want you to tell me, like, guess.
Well, I would guess Hurts from how you're.
It's actually no. So there's no clear answer. They're very, very close to one another. Like, everybody's talking about how Josh Allen is having this record-breaking, oh my god, my brains are exploding, his season's so good, oh my god! And his stat line is very similar, actually, to Jalen Hurdy Birdie. It is not. It's not really that much of a difference. And the reason that I'm using week 12 is because, week 14, not week 12. I'm being silly. Week 14 is because in week 15, obviously Jalen Hurts got injured, so it's not really fair to compare the stats after that point. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to go ahead and point out, first of all, against the Jets, Josh Allen threw for 182 yards in this game. 182. Do you know what Jalen Hurts threw for? Do you remember?
I do not.
All right, hold on. Hold up. Pretty sure it was 163. Do-do-do. 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 Wow. On the Jalen Hurts stat line for ESPN, it says, you visit this often on Google for Jalen Hurts' ESPN stats. So let's jump back to week 14. Whatever. Jalen Hurts had a very mediocre performance against the Panthers, if you remember. 108 yards passing. Okay. Came back the next week, 290. I'm just going to go down the list here. Okay. Most recent to oldest. Steelers game, 290 yards passing. Panthers game, 108 yards passing. Ravens game, 118. Rams game, 179. Commanders, 221. Cowboys, 202. Jaguars, 230. Bengals, 236. Giants, 114. Browns, 264. Buccaneers, 158. Saints, 311. Falcons, 183. And Packers, 278. Then I'm gonna read Josh Allen's stats for you. Starting in week 15, same week that we played the Steelers. So in that week, Josh Allen threw for 362. Week before that, 342, but then 148 against the 49ers, 262 against the Chiefs, 280 against the Colts, 235 against the Dolphins, 283 against the Seahawks, Titans 323, Jets 215, Texans 131, Ravens 180, Jaguars 263, Dolphins 139, and Cardinals 232. Sounds like pretty similar stat lines to me, with the exception of the two outliers where he went over 300. Pretty similar. I think if you remove the games where Jalen didn't play, they have almost identical yards passing. Like, I think Josh Allen beats him by like 100 or 200 or something like that. And that's not even including the rushing yards. The rushing yards, I mean, Josh Allen just gets completely fucking blown out of the water. Like, it's not even close. But especially when you look at rushing touchdowns. But yet, for some reason, everybody's talking about how great Josh Allen is and how he's the best quarterback in football. And oh my God. And then you have people. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I heard one of the worst takes of my entire life the other day. And this take was that Jalen Hurts is not even a top 15 quarterback. I can accept top 3. I could even accept not top 5. But you're telling me that he's not even in the middle of the pack of quarterbacks? I want you, Marcus, I challenge you to name 10 quarterbacks you would rather have than Jalen Hurts. Right now, not in their prime. Right now, you have to make a decision going into this playoff game. Who's your quarterback?
If I can get Mahomes.
Yeah, that's an obvious pick. I would give it to Mahomes too. He'd be my one. He's always the best. He has the rings.
And that's about it. Maybe Lamar.
Okay, so I'm a little bit less stringent. I think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, but I'm looking at just this season's stats. Overall, I can agree with you. Patrick Mahomes, number one. No kidding. Duh. Career-wise, obviously. But if you isolate just this season out, I think that it's kind of like Joe Burrow, number one. I think he's had by far the best performance of any quarterback in football. That dude is floating by on the seat of his pants, skin of his teeth, with absolutely no help at all other than one guy. He is a really good guy, Jamar Chase, but other than that, he's got fucking nothing. Dude's lucky every bone in his body is not broken at this point. 2, I would probably go with either Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, somewhere in that conversation. I'd probably go 1 Joe Burrow, 2 Patrick Mahomes, 3 Lamar Jackson, 4 Josh Allen, and then 5 I would say Jalen Hurts. Does that sound fair to you?
That sounds fair.
And then I would probably put right after that Jared Goff. somewhere in the mix here. I think that however order you want to put them, I think those are the 6 best quarterbacks, right? Mark?
I'm sorry?
I said, whatever order you want to put them in, I think those are the 6 best quarterbacks right now this season. But I feel like, even though I put Josh Allen above Jalen Hurts, I feel like it's a real hard call to make. So here's something interesting. A lot of people, when it comes to Jalen Hurts right now, are complaining he can't pass the ball. That's what their whole complaint is. But if you actually base it on statistics, he if you isolate just games over the past 4 years since Jalen first took over as the starter, if you isolate out just games where there were 30 or more passing attempts in a game, Jalen Hurts has the highest win percentage of almost every quarterback in football. He has a higher win percentage than Josh Allen in that situation. And he also has the highest win percentage of quarterbacks in the NFL over the past 4 years when the defense on your own team gives up 30 or more points.
Mm-hmm.
So in games where they give up 30 points, Jalen Hurts is more likely to win than other quarterbacks. Obviously, this is just statistics. I don't know if he's telling the defense to let them score 30 points. I highly doubt it. But at the same time, you can't deny that Jalen Hurts just has winning stat after winning stat after winning stat after winning stat. He just does. Like, even in this game against the fucking Packers, where it seems like he's not even all that impressive, he still had hold on, let me pull it up really quick. I just had it on my screen. Oh my fucking goodness, unprepared. Yeah, in this game against the Packers in the playoffs, he had a quarterback rating of 111.7. And here's my question for you, Mark. Did he play better in the Super Bowl last year, or did he play last year, the Super Bowl in 2022, or did Jalen Hurts play better in that game against the Packers? What do you think?
Well, to be honest, I think he performed about the same. I'm not talking stat wise. I'm talking about how he looked.
Yeah, so I mean, I think he looked weaker in this game against the Packers. But if you actually look at stats, in the Super Bowl, he had a passer rating of 103.4. Super Bowl Jalen Hurts, who threw a lot, 103.4. Packers wild card round Jalen Hurts, who is throwing the ball as much as he needs to, is at 111.7. How can you possibly make the argument that Jalen Hurts is not executing the plan to the best of his abilities with a quarterback rating of 111.7?
Yeah, no, only if the plan could be a little bit better.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying maybe Kellen Moore is getting a little more credit than he actually deserves. Because I'm not going to lie, dude. As much as we've won this season, the offense really hasn't been the shining star that it was supposed to be. The offense has not been this beacon of hope and prosperity that it was designed to be in the offseason. We were all told, oh, this is an offensive team. We're going to score 40 points a game. Blah, 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 blah. But that didn't happen. The defense has been the star of the show week after week after week after week. What the hell is Coach Goober doing?
Coach Goober? Is that what we're calling him now?
It's Coach Goober. Come on. And I don't know why Coach Goober is getting all this credit for being such a great OC. You just hand it to Saquon Barkley and he just wins you the game. Like, it's not like he's designing genius plays. This man is not the second coming of Sean McVay. And Sean Payton. He's just not.
Yeah.
Now, right back to Jalen Hurts. For the whole season, okay, Jalen Hurts is at a passer rating of 103.7 for the season. That is phenomenal. Okay. And as for his QBR, okay, Jalen Hurts is ranked 10th in all of football for quarterback rating at 65.5. That is a top 10 quarterback. He is 10th in quarterback rating. And he's very high in passer rating. This man's a monster in the passing rating. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what the complaining is about. Like, yes, I do. I see it with my eyeballs. I get what you mean. It's not flashy. He's not dropping 50-yard bombs every play. But I think that what people don't realize is that he's now played in the NFL for some time, right? Coaches and defenses have realized that he is really good at throwing the ball real deep. And as a result of noticing that he's good at that, they have tried to take it away from him. Okay, like two back, one in the middle. Like, sorry, two high safety and a linebacker in the middle of the field to work as like a little jump man. I believe they call them a rub. And it's obvious to me that they've done this through blitzing, the two backs set up on defenses. They have eliminated his ability to throw it deep because he's really good at it. And as a result of that, you're not seeing 300-plus yard games anymore. The defenses have adjusted to Jalen Hurts. And yet, even though they've adjusted, he still finds ways to win games. What's the problem? Why is everyone complaining? Mark, I know I've been...
You know what the problem is.
I have taken over the pulpit for 18 minutes now, Marcus. I need you to explain to me why people hate the winningest quarterback that the Eagles have ever had on their roster. Ever. And he is.
Because it doesn't look flashy. It's been the same problem the entire fucking season. They just win. The defense, on the other hand, is winning flashy. That's the problem. In the 2022 season, when they made it to the Super Bowl, both sides of the ball, Hurts was passing, Hurts was running, AJ was catching, Devontae was catching, Dallas was catching. The defense, sacks, strips, fumbles, everything. It looked amazing. Great football to watch. Now in the 2024 season, they're just winning, and that's what people are upset about. They're not happy enough that the team can just win. They're not happy enough that one side of the ball is doing great and the other side of the ball is doing okay.
No. Hold on. Full stop. I'm going to jump you on this one. One side of the ball doesn't look okay. He has really good stats. He's the 10th ranked quarterback in football.
Yeah, but it
looks good.
It doesn't look good when...
It looks good when you know what football is. Yeah, if you don't actually know what you're looking at, of course you don't know what football looks like. Of course you won't think it's good if you don't know what the fuck you're looking at.
Time to alienate every casual football fan.
Fuck you guys.
Most of which are, you could say
cowards.
Most Eagles fans are casuals. Anyway.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
Don't be saying that. That's definitely... I'm clipping that and uploading it right before the TikTok ban so that we don't have to deal with it for long. Yeah, but you need to be publicly shamed for what you've just said.
Yeah. Like, look, I get it. The stats are good. The stats are great. Love it. And you know what? Like, you can see on the field when the O-line blocks, they give Hurts a ton of time in the pocket. Does he hold the ball too long sometimes? Sure.
No. If you have 7 seconds, you have 7 seconds.
Yeah, you have 7 seconds.
What do you want him to ask the O-line to protect him less?
No, I don't.
Do you want him to force the ball faster just to satisfy your eyeballs?
Yeah. That's what
Why?
That's what people want to see. They
I
don't
don't
want
care what people want. You know what I want to see?
Oh my god!
I want to see the win-loss record go up.
I'm trying to fucking explain to you what's going on with why people are upset with him. That's what they want to see.
I already know.
Yeah, fuck you then. Why am I explaining this? Why did you?
I just hate it. I hate it. It drives me nuts.
Why did you have me? Like, oh my god, I've been talking for 18 minutes. Mark, explain to me. Why do they fucking hate it? You fucking know the answer.
Yeah, I hate it. It just drives me nuts. It bothers me. I feel the desire to argue with you, just because I so vehemently oppose this idea that he's an awful quarterback. It's just,
it is an awful.
It's so
idea.
trash.
It is an awful idea, and
it is quite honestly one of, I think, when all is said and done at the end of Hurts' career, it will be one of the worst takes ever made. That Hurts is a bad quarterback. He's good. I don't know what you want from me. His win-loss record proves it.
14-3 in 2020.
His quarterback rating every season fucking proves it. And dude, honestly, this season, he's not even turning the ball over. Like, that was a concern at the beginning of the season. But being the all-star quarterback that Jalen Hurts is, the two-time Pro Bowl first-team selection quarterback that Jalen Hurts is, he has kept it down to 5 interceptions on the entire season. He has managed to turn around the turnovers. I don't know how he does it. But let's look into the future, Marky, and here I'm going to let you take over for this one. Tell me about us playing the Rams.
Well, we pushed their shit in when we went to LA. And now they have to come to the link.
Careful what you're saying. You're pushing in there.
I really wish that I could just go ahead and say, yeah, no, easy fucking win. But I can't. I am so nervous, especially seeing how the offense performed. They didn't perform poorly, but there were problems that needed to be fixed. People need to get themselves open, and I'm hoping that was worked on this week. But I mean, without seeing it, who fucking knows? I'll tell you this though. If we win this game, we will go to the Super Bowl.
Well, Mark, I have great news for you.
Yeah,
there is a 0% chance that the Eagles are going to lose this game. I
do that.
Hereby declare, I swear upon this Samsung device, that there is a 0% chance that the Eagles will lose this game to the Rams in the snow, in Philadelphia, this Sunday, in the divisional round, against an old man whose weak little arm might get shattered when he throws the ball.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
Old ass, bitch ass Matthew Stafford is going to Cancun. First, the Eagles went over to LA, knocked their trash asses into the Pacific Ocean, and sent them to Hawaii. Then, now, in the divisional round, we're sending their asses to Cancun. And that's going to be a wrap, boys. There is a 0% chance that the Eagles lose to the Rams this Sunday at 3 p.m. 0. I'm even going as far as to say this is a double-digit win for the Eagles.
All right, well. Now when they lose, it'll be all your fault.
They won't lose. What do you not understand about 0% chance?
I understand any given Sunday, Tom.
Nope. A 0% chance. There is no fucking way the Rams are winning this game. They are dumpsters who barely made it into the playoffs. And they should consider themselves lucky that they were able to play against the bum-ass Vikings and Sam Stinky Booty Darnold in the first week of the playoffs so that they could come here and we could end their season quickly. It's not often that I talk shit like this.
Yeah.
I have full faith that the Eagles will beat the Rams this week. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was more worried about the team we played last week than I am about the Rams. The Packers were way scarier than the Rams, dude. So yeah, have fun with that one, Marky. Is there what are your keys to the game, Mark? What do the Eagles need to do to ensure that the trash cans, I mean Rams, don't win this game?
Well, all I gotta say to the defense is play the same way you've been playing. Like that, I can't really improve upon the defense. I don't know if it's been confirmed not or confirmed yet or not. Jesus Christ, words are hard. But is JTJ starting for Nakobe?
JTJ? Oh, Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
Yeah.
From what I understand, him and Burns or Brooks are going to be doing a rotation to fill in for Nakobe.
Okay.
Do we got an official injury report on him, by the way? I didn't check.
Nakobe? Yeah, it's fuck it.
Torn ACL?
No, it's a
Meniscus?
patellar tendon.
Is it torn?
Yes.
Oh! That's the same thing I got. I have patellar tendonitis. I understand. Right here with you, brother. Me and Nakobe Dean, same level. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So the only thing I can really say to the defense is Jeremiah, you haven't really taken a snap all season. I believe
that's not true. He has too.
When did he take
He's been on special teams every single time. And he got a little bit of action in week 17 and 18.
Oh, was he? I honestly don't remember. I'm sorry, JTJ.
He got a huge tackle on special teams in the Packers game, too. I'm always seeing my mans out there. Mm-hmm. I'm rooting for him, dude. I'm not going to lie. It's not often that I feel like we have an actual, like, real linebacker room in on the Eagles every season. Like, that's not normal.
Yeah.
Very abnormal.
As for the offense, it's going to be cold and windy and
snowy.
So, as much as I would want to say the pass game needs to be up to snuff, I don't expect it to be during this game. I expect Saquon to be getting a lot of touches, Hurts to be keeping it a lot, to be honest. In that case, O-line,
yeah.
This is the time where you pull out your special bag of blocks and get these boys their yards. I believe in you.
Yeah.
I've always have faith in the number one offensive line in all of football. All time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's reel it back a little bit here.
I've been saving that for a.
You've been sipping that Tom juice.
been saving that quip for a special moment. This is your moment, O-line.
It's time. Now that you've brought this up, season of reflection here. I have to say something. I have been holding it on my chest for a lot. Mark, I already told you this. Yeah, Mark advised me, Thomas, don't say this on the Fumble Forecast. Please don't do that to us.
For the love of God.
I have to say it.
No.
I think that Jason Kelsey should have retired a year sooner. I think that the O-line looks better this season than it did last season with Beef Jerky at center than it did last year with Jason Kelsey at center. Not that I don't love him. I love him. But the O-line looks better.
And kill him. Burn him with fire.
It does. It looks better. Tell me who is performing worse?
Nobody's performing.
What position is performing worse than last year?
Nobody's performing worse. But I don't.
That's all I'm saying. And they've given up less sacks this season. And they're sneeze alert. Oh, here it comes. Oh boy. Bless you, Marcus.
God.
And so they've given up less sacks, and they almost broke the rushing yard single season record. You cannot tell me the O-line is not better.
Well, I will not say that. What I will say is I think they could have performed well. I don't think they could have performed exactly as well given the coordinator talent we had last year. Stay dead.
Don't blame the coordinators. Don't try it. Don't weasel.
I am gonna blame the coordinators.
You know what the difference is.
Yeah, it's Saquon Barkley.
No.
There's an actual runner.
No, it's a younger center who's got something to prove.
Yeah, I know. What do you want from me?
I want you to be honest. I think that the people of Philadelphia need to hear this. The O-line this season is performing better than the O-line last season. Am I right or am I wrong?
Can't really say you're wrong, but
I agree. I am right. As much as we all don't want to say it, okay? Let's be the voices of reason here. It looks better. The O-line is better. They're protecting Jalen for like 8 seconds a pop. The O-line looks like fucking superheroes. And there's only one player that's different. Oh my god, you looked over there like the ghost of Jason Kelsey is coming into your room to get you.
I don't know, he might be.
But no, I mean, listen. I'm not saying that he's bad or anything like that. I'm just saying that it looks better this season. It does. It just looks better. I think that his time to retire was right on the money. I don't think that this season it would have looked nearly as good if he were still out there on the field. I know. All right. I think we've gotten done with discussing the Eagles enough. Give me your final prediction for the Rams-Eagles game.
For score?
Yeah. Score, win-loss, or like the spread, whatever you want. You just freestyle it for me, Mark.
Let's see. I'm gonna give us a 3. I'm gonna give a 17-point difference.
Okay, what's the score?
I mean, I'll take 17-0. I don't know what the score is. I think that they're definitely going to. What's with the face?
That's a crazy prediction, dude.
A 3-score
I thought my
game.
prediction was a hot take. Oh my god.
It's not often I stump you.
I'm saying 32-17. Eagles.
A 15-point game?
Yeah.
God damn.
How? All right, hold on though. Earlier, I said it's going to be a double-digit win, and you were acting like I was nuts. And now you're predicting a 17-point victory, 17-0? You think they're going to shut them out? And you were making me sound like I was crazy?
Oh no, I don't believe that we're going to shut them out at all.
That's what 17-0 means, big dog.
I said I would like it if it was 17-0. That wasn't my actual prediction. I wasn't saying anything other than we're going to win by 17 points.
Oh, well, you just said 17-0, though.
Yeah, I said I would like it if it was. I wouldn't mind it if it was 17-0.
So you're goofing around. What's the real score?
I don't know. Probably 14.
Oh, shit, he's looking deep in the crystal ball.
Be 30. 31? 14-31? Is that 17?
That's 17 points, yeah.
Alright, there we go. Math is hard.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty close to the same score.
Yeah.
I think that sounds right. Now, let's move on with the remaining time that we do have to the Chiefs-Texans game. I'll let you take the floor on this one, Marky.
I wish both teams could lose.
Oh, come on. Stop being such a bungus.
Oh, fuck it. I don't...
What are you so upset at the Texans for?
The sophomore slump.
Oh, shut up. They went 11-7.
10-7.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm counting the playoff win.
Yeah. Dude. Stupid. Fucking bullshit. Dude. Make me have fucking high hopes. The Chiefs are going to win. There's no question. It's not even worth talking about. If the Chiefs somehow lose, and I see you smiling because you're probably about to say, "Oh, well, here's how the Chiefs are going to lose." They're not going to lose. I don't care what the fuck you say. The refs aren't going to let them lose. Vegas is not going to let them lose. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to stop you ice cold.
Well, Marky, have I got something to tell you? I've been holding this in while you were gone. Mark had to go do something really quick. I'm excited to tell you I am no longer delusional. I don't know who to pick in this game now. I actually think that this game is much closer than people are making it seem. For example, just to give a reference here. So in the Texans versus Chiefs matchups that we've seen thus far, Patrick Mahomes has a quarterback rating of 67.7 against Houston, a 68.3% completion rate against Houston, 260 passing yards against Houston, to 1 touchdown against Houston. He kind of killed them in the last time that they played. I think Chiefs definitely have the edge in this game. I think the defense confuses CJ Stroud. He's seeing ghost. And I think that Patrick Mahomes has already beat the shit out of the Texans once. I feel The Chiefs have the edge in this game. However, there's an extra factor here that is making it hard for me to decide a winner. And that's the rust factor. Patrick Mahomes has essentially not taken a snap in almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think that's really going to be a problem.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Yes.
Oh, really? It's not going to be a problem. How did the Chiefs do when they came back from their bye week during the season?
Let me see. They won 4 straight games.
Yeah, I know, but how good did they play? Don't be silly.
They got lucky a lot of the time.
They started having a lot of real close games against teams that are not very good. And then they lost to Buffalo. Bad luck. I'm just saying, when they come back from byes, typically the Chiefs have a little bit of yuckiness that they got to shake off. And that's only 1 week of rust. Shaking off 3 weeks of barely having a meaningful snap at all. It's not an unforeseen task, though they prepare pretty well. So let's be real. So I think I've made my decision. I'm locking in the Chiefs, but I think it's going to be a real close game. I think Chiefs by 2.5.
Oh, shit.
I think this is a field goal game. Where you standing, Marky?
I think I'll take the line ESPN's giving them right now. Plus 7.
I don't know what the line is.
-7.
Yeah, I don't think they'll hit it. If we're talking about 7 points, I'm taking the Texans. But I do think the Chiefs will win. But wouldn't it be great if the Texans beat them?
It would be.
God, I would love that. If the Texans win this game, they'll have more playoff wins since they were created in 2002 than the Dallas Cowboys have had in 20 years. 25 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Which is always very important to point out. With the looming threat of Jerry Jones becoming his own head coach. Dude,
there's no way he does.
Technical difficulty, Reno. We are back. And styling. So yeah, I take Chiefs 3.5, but I don't think that they're gonna win by 7.5. If I was a betting man, I would take Houston plus 7.5. If I had to bet the line. What say you, little Marky?
Agreed.
Yeah, you're taking the Houston plus 7? Have I convinced you finally?
No, only to see it pay out amazingly.
I mean, yeah. All right, so just to give a couple of keys to the game here for the Houston and Chiefs game, I think that the Texans have become way too stagnant in the running department. Joe Mixon is great. I'm a big Joe Mixon guy. But he is getting a little bit older, and the run game from Houston has become a little bit stale in the past year. Honestly, the whole season, it's gotten a little stinky. So I think that the Chiefs defense is young enough, athletic enough, and good enough that they are going to force the Texans into very unfavorable passing situations. And I think that they're going to try and force the Texans to run Joe Mixon into the dirt. And I just don't think that he's going to get the job done. I think that Houston O-line is really, really, really getting put through the ringer this season. And I'm going to follow this up by saying that the Houston Texans select a O-lineman in the first round in the draft next season. I hope. Anything to add there, little Marky? Any keys to the game, do you think?
No. I've been complaining about the O-line for the Texans for
You
a
have. You've
while now.
convinced me. Just so you guys know, it is true. Me and Mark are friends outside of this show, and we do talk to each other when we're not recording. So it is actually a fact that he convinces me of things off air. In case you guys didn't know, I do know this guy. So, moving on to our next game. Commanders Lions. This is a spicy one.
Yeah.
Let me start here. Let me take over the start here since you started with the Chiefs Texans. Who doggy? I think the Lions win. However, it's going to be close. It's going to be a tough fought battle. I think that the Lions only managed to win by 1.5.
Damn.
So 1 or 2 point victory for the Lions. They meet the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. However, I will tell you, I would not be surprised if the Commanders won. I just think that the combination of Sonic and Knuckles that the Lions have going into this game, because he's back. Montgomery's back this week going into the game. Or Montgomery is back going into this game. And the Commanders have one of the worst run defenses in football. I think that a key to the game here is that the Lions get Sonic and Knuckles going. It forces the Commanders into a situation where they feel they have to do run block more frequently, and that opens up the passing game for Jared Goff to throw it deep. Key to the game for Commanders here. I think that if they can stop the run, they win the game. Period. I think that the game plan the Lions are going to be drawing up this week is going to be run your boat gently to the ground. So I see this as an overall win for the Lions because I have more faith in the O-line and the running back room that the Lions have than I do in the D-line and linebacker room that the Commanders have. I think it's just as simple calculation as that. But I have to admit, as much as I hate it, to compliment a divisional rival, I have to say, Jaden Daniels does bring that X factor where you never know what could happen kind of sensationalism. He scares me in my sleep as an Eagles fan. Sometimes I wake up sweating thinking about Jaden Daniels. In a scared way, not any other kind of way. Don't be weird. So, what do you think, little Marky?
Yeah, no. They're going to be a problem for the next couple of years.
Don't want it. Don't need it. But what about the Lions Commanders game?
Yeah.
It's tough. This one's tough.
Like, I can definitely see the Commanders being able to win. But I don't want them to, not just because they're a divisional rival. Mostly because I just want to see the pain and suffering in the Lions' eyes as we crush their hopes.
I want nothing to do with playing a divisional rival in an NFC championship game. Nothing to do with it. Do I think the Eagles are better than the Commanders? Yes, absolutely, 100%. Do I want to play a divisional rival in the fucking NFC championship game? Hell no. Fuck no, I don't. Because if they somehow manage to blow it, it's going to hurt even worse.
Honestly.
And I mean, I'm just saying, the Commanders were one of the only teams that we struggled with this season when we played against them. And I mean, albeit, last time we played them, they injured our starting quarterback. I don't want them to do that again. They were playing like fucking animals. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want that heat. And I don't think they want it either. I think they want the Rams to win. I think nobody wants to ever play a divisional opponent in the playoffs. Fuck that. It just gives those guys just that extra little to go after somebody. And I don't want it. I want nothing to do with it. I think the Eagles are better. Don't want nothing to do with it. No injured quarterbacks. I'm good. Somehow wasn't a penalty. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm good on that one.
It's
but
not a penalty.
I do say,
don't say it's a penalty.
Yeah. Lions 1.5. Where do you stand, Marky? What say you?
To be honest.
Oh, he's percolating it.
I think I'd have to do it again. I think I'd take the Lions 7.5.
7.5?
Yep.
Bro, come on. That's not even the Vegas line. What are you, you're smoking something. You're high. You're high as fuck.
I don't want to see the commies. I don't care.
No, me neither, but it's not about what I want. It's what I think's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, I was wrong. Dude, Mark, do you know what the Vegas line is right now for the Lions Commanders?
No.
It's Lions minus 9.5.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck? Guys, I'm just saying, take the Commanders plus 9.5. That's an easy bet to win. What in tar fucking nation? That's crazy. That's real wild. I can't believe that it's such a huge margin. I think this is going to be a really close game with the Lions just barely edging it out. All right, so now we move, Mark, to our final game for the divisional round of the playoffs. And then the next week after, conference championship, baby. So, Ravens-Bills, Mark. Where do you stand? This one, I think, is the single hardest game on the menu to pick. I think that this is going to be the game of the year.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm still taking the Ravens.
Oh, Mark, come on. Why do you got to keep agreeing with me?
Look, I was telling my coworker about this, and I have now I've drunk the Kool-Aid. I want this. This could be the first time since 1998 that the top two running backs face each other in the Super Bowl, and I fucking want that. Let's go, King Henry all the way.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being real, after the first time we played the Ravens, I'd love to play them in the Super Bowl. Lay that man flat on his ass again. So I'd be cool with it. But if I'm actually picking here, so the spread that Vegas has right now is Ravens -1.5 in Buffalo. It's a home game for the Bills. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy to dog the Bills in their own stadium in the divisional round of the playoffs. But
yeah,
I got to tell you, I'm taking the Ravens -1.5, baby. I think they're rolling. Like we were talking in the middle to late part of the season there, we were talking about how they're leaking oil a little bit. They seem like they're slowing down. But I mean, dude, in the wild card round, they just picked up the Steelers and dropped them right in a trash can. They said, "Fuck you."
yeah.
So
And
I gotta say they're rolling.
And this is why I am especially like fond of picking the Ravens. Aside from the whole top two running backs, the stadium conditions in Buffalo are looking to be pretty similar in Philly. Who has the better running back between those two teams?
Me.
All right. Brother, you're strong and all. I think if King Henry tried to stiff arm you, you'd fall
No,
over.
no, no. I meant that we have Saquon Barkley, not actually
No, I
me.
mean, I mean between the Ravens and the Bills, you fucking numpty.
Well, you were comparing Philadelphia and Buffalo. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I just got a feeling about the Ravens going into this game. And here's the thing. I can't get past it. The Bills are a one-man show. They just are. If Josh Allen takes too much of a tickle to his balls, they have no chance of winning this game. It's just like you can't win deep in the playoffs with one guy on your team. It just doesn't work. And that's the situation that they're in. And I get it. I understand Josh Allen is just that good. So you just pay him that much money. But, bro, you've got to have somebody else on the team. Get an elite receiver. One elite receiver. Okay? And slap him on the Bills and just let it go. Okay? But you can't win deep with a one-man show. I think that that's the keys to the game here for the Ravens. The real keys to the game are to get Derrick Henry going and to make sure that Josh Allen stays put. If you can make sure that Josh Allen is forced to run the ball on every single play because he doesn't have any receivers, I think the Ravens win this game handedly. Thing is, Josh Allen's real fucking good at running the ball. So, I mean, it could go one way or the other. That's the real challenge defenses have with Josh Allen is that when you play the pass, he's able to just run it and he's not afraid to get fucking pounded in the skull bone over running it down the field. But if you try to stop him from running the ball, somebody's going to be open.
Yeah.
What?
He'll throw it.
Yeah. And you can't stop him. So I think that the key to the game for the Bills here is if the O-line can manage to protect Josh Allen long enough for receivers to get open, I think it's just a win for the Bills. But I think the Ravens defense is good. I think that they're going to have those wide receivers locked the fuck down, especially the younger ones. Oh my god, I think they aren't going to know what the hell to do with themselves going into this matchup. And just for reference here, hold on, let me double check really quick just so that I don't put my ass in my mouth here. Do 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 bingy bing bingy bong. Yeah. So when they played the first time, the Ravens beat the Bills 35-10. I gotta say, doesn't give me a lot of confidence in the Bills. I think that they might have the Bills number going into this game. But like I said, I see a path for victory for the Bills in this game. I just think that it's a much harder path than what the Ravens need to do. The Ravens just need to do what they do every week. Confuse the quarterback. And they win. Because the Bills are a one-dimensional team in that they have one player on their team. His name's Josh Allen. If you can spy him and lock down his receivers, you will win 100% of the games that you play against the Bills. It's just a matter of making sure that he can't run or throw. So, Marky, what are your keys to this game?
All that needs to happen is playoff Lamar doesn't need to show up. He can stay home.
Yeah, I mean that's if the Bills can force Lamar into unfavorable decisions, I think that they might come away with this game. But I think that this is such a good matchup that I think that there might be like a one turnover and you win the game kind of situation here. I think Josh Allen might get the jitters and throw a pick.
It's possible.
I think whoever wins the turnover battle in this game is going to win the game, and I know that's obvious because that's the case most of the time. But I think that this is going to be such a low margin game that one turnover determines who goes to the AFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for this one, my final score prediction, I'm going to go ahead and say Ravens 24, Bills 23. I think it's going to come right down to the wire.
$23, so they either get a safety or they get a field goal with missing an extra point. What the fuck?
2 touchdowns, a field goal, and a field goal.
Yeah,
14 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3.
Yeah, no, I was.
It's all right, Mark. Math is hard.
Yeah.
Especially basic addition in the 20s.
Yep.
Way to go, Mark. You just got us demonetized.
Oh, no. Like us fucking cursing. Talking mad shit. That's not.
No, they don't listen. They only watch. Just like a cuck.
I see.
Wow, Mark. Unbelievable behavior. Honestly, you're getting sanctioned.
Double it up. Let's go.
That's a fine.
That's a paddling.
All right. I think it's time we wrap up here, little Marky.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, do you have any final thoughts going into the divisional round this week?
Oh, God. For the love of God. Somebody keep the commies out of the championship game. Keep the Chiefs out of the Super Bowl.
I don't think the Chiefs are going to make it to the Super Bowl this year. I really don't.
I wish I had your faith.
Well, I think it's going to be close. Like, I'm not saying it's a cakewalk for the other teams. I just feel like between the Bills and the Ravens, I feel like both teams are better than the Chiefs this season.
Yeah.
All right. Well, remember, next week we're going to review how wrong we were about this divisional round. By the way, I need to apologize for my horrible takes last week in the wild card round. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. I may have been on some fumage at the time when I made my predictions for the AFC. So we're just going to leave it at that and continue on with make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share with your friends. As always, we'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.